as we come up to people, can you give us some buzzwords, keywords, to pitch it to them to make them understand the value, please?
Well, that's the only way that the U.S. has been able to get away with everything so far. Because everyone just assumes that the United States can just be above the law and just do whatever they want. People who say that, you're treating the UN Charter and the rules the same way that the United States has. And that's the whole problem. At some point, you have to start taking the rules seriously. At some point, you have to actually start taking the UN Charter seriously. Otherwise, what's the point? The other side of it is, well, just ask yourself, should it be done or not? Do you think it should be done? Do you think that the United Nations should expel the U.S.? Do you think that the U.S. has committed enough violations of the UN Charter and the principles of the UN Charter? Do you think morally that this should be done? Yes or no? And if so, just sign the petition. It doesn't cost you anything. I mean, don't you comment on videos? Why do you do that? What does it matter? Does it change the content of the video? Well, just sign it. Just sign the petition. The same way that you'll leave a comment on someone's video that they're never going to see. Just sign the petition. The benefit is to gauge public opinion, to show that there is widespread grassroots support for expelling the U.S. from the UN and invocation of Article 6, and then bringing that information to member states of the UN in the Global South, who can then support proposing the invocation of Article 6 at the United Nations.
Okay,
because they won't be willing to do that because it's a very bold step to take for any country in the Global South, even if they are inclined to do it, because they themselves have suffered from American policy and from American abuse of the United Nations. Even if they're inclined to do it, it's still a dangerous and a bold step to take. So they need to know that they have support on the ground for that kind of a move. They need to know that they have that there is a widespread public support for a move like that. Just like, for example, you can see how the whole world, how the whole Global South, how the whole Muslim world, and how all of Africa and all of Asia and Latin America has supported South Africa in bringing the ICJ case against Israel. There's no reason why not. There's no reason not to sign a petition. Like I said, you leave comments on a video that knowing that the content creator is never even going to see it anyway. So you may as well take that time to just click a button and sign the petition for something that you know perfectly well is right and justified and should happen.